My name is Caroline and I work with Building Brains Together. We are an organization that seeks to educate people and build brains through play. So today we're going to be playing a really fun game. It's called Musical Freeze. And Musical Freeze is one of the original Building Brains games that helps kids to build their executive function and other brain skills. So today I'm going to teach you how to play Musical Freeze, and at the end I'll talk a little bit more about how Musical Freeze can specifically build your brain. So let's start. Oh, before I start with the instructions, if you're watching today and you want to comment your name, you can have your parent comment your first name in the chat, and then we can say hi to you so we know the names of people who are watching. All right, let's get started. So these are some little cards. As you can see, these are Building Brains cards, and they have little people on them, and they have different poses. So this guy has both of his arms up next to his head. But these are a little bit hard to see right now because they're so far away from the camera. So for today, I'm just going to be doing the poses by myself. So how you play Musical Freeze is that my assistant is going to play some music, and when the music is playing, you have to dance, dance, dance however you want. Some of the songs have a little bit of instruction, so you can try to follow the instructions of the song, you can follow what I'm doing, or you can dance however you like around your room. Then, as soon as the music stops, at any moment the music stops, you have to freeze as quickly as you can. And when you're frozen, you have to stay as frozen as a statue and don't move. Don't move your body, try not to wiggle your fingers, try not to even move your face too much. You just want to be as still as possible. So then, once the music starts up again, you can start moving again, and we'll just keep doing that. And also keep in mind that this is our first live stream with Building Brains Together, so if we have any technical difficulties, please have patience with us. We're going to do some more later on, and so we'll try to fix any technical difficulties that we have. But for now, I hope that everything will go smoothly. Alright, so I hope you understand the instructions. You'll just freeze. Oh, and one other important thing. Whenever you freeze, I'm going to strike a pose, and your goal is to try to freeze in the same exact pose as me. And that way, we can have some fun together. Alright, now we're going to get into the game. So, first song, oh, that's okay. First song is called Stop. And this song, it has special words because it says stop every time we're about to freeze, so you know when it's coming. And whenever it says stop, the music's going to stop. You have to freeze and follow whatever I'm doing. All right, now you can go. Now dance however you want. You can just have some fun.
This is a special song. You have to put your ears on and listen for the magic word.
What's the magic word?
S-T-O-P says what you should do. It's something that you may have heard. Stop. Go, go,
Good job.
go, stop. Go, 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 stop. Go, 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 stop. This is a special song. You have to put your ears on and listen for the magic word. S-T-O-P says what you should do. It's something that you may have heard. Stop. Run, run, run. Stop. Run, run, run. Stop. Run, run, run. Stop. This is a special song. You have to put your ears on and listen for the magic word. S-T-O-P says what you should do. It's something that you may have heard. Stop. Crawl, crawl, crawl. Stop. Crawl, crawl, crawl. Stop. Crawl, crawl, crawl. Stop. This is a special song. You have to put your ears on and listen for the magic word. S-T-O-P says what you should do. It's something that you may have heard. Stop. Dance, dance, dance. Stop. Dance, dance, dance. Stop. Dance, dance, dance. Stop. is a special song you have to put your ears on and listen for the magic word. S-T-O-P says what you should do. It's something that you may have heard. Stop. Wave your hands. Stop. Wave your hands. Stop. Wave your hands. Stop. This is a special song you have to put your ears on and listen for the magic word. S-T-O-P says what you should do. It's something that you may have heard. Stop. Go, go, go. Stop. Go, go, go. Stop. Go, go, go. Stop.
Good job, guys. That was so fun. I hope that your heartbeat is up a little bit, that you're working, you're having some great fun dancing around in your room. All right, so we're going to do another song. This one is a little bit different. Instead of using the word stop, it uses the word freeze. So this song has some different instructions. It has the instruction dance, and you know what to do when it says dance. You just dance around. And then when it says freeze, the music will go a lot quieter, but it won't completely stop this time, and you just have to freeze in whatever position I do, just like last time. But then this one has a different instruction called melt. And melt is a little bit tricky, but it's really fun. It's where you pretend you're like a bowl of ice cream melting in the sun, and you let your whole body get droopy and go down towards the ground. So it's kind of fun because you freeze, and then you can melt down, kind of like ice cream. And it has some different instructions flown in there, like fly, where you get to pretend to be an airplane, and other ones like that. So you can just follow me or do whatever you want and have some fun. But make sure to listen for when it says freeze. And also, this song is great because it counts to 8 a lot of times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it can help you learn how to count up to 8, or if you already know, you can just count along and practice your numbers. All right, let's start this one.
Dance, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Get ready.
8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Melt.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Jump.
Jump.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 12, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Fly.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Woo. Lots of melting. That was a good one. I love to melt to the ground like a bowl of ice cream. All right, we're getting near the end of our time, but I think we have time for one more song. I'm getting out of breath because I'm dancing so hard, so I hope you are too. The last one is called the Hokey Pokey. It's a little bit silly sounding, but I hope that you'll have some fun with it. So this one has some different instructions as the last one. It has instructions about right hand and left hand, or right foot and left foot. So if you don't know what your right and left is, maybe you should ask your parent or an adult around you who might be able to help you out. But if not, that's totally fine. You can just have some fun. But this one says put your right hand in and put your right hand out. So I'm gonna, when it says in, put it forward, and when it says out, put it backwards, and do that with different parts of your body. It's great for you to learn the different parts of your body and put them in and out. And then when it says do the hokey pokey and turn yourself around, you do turn around and you get all silly because it's the hokey pokey and it's silly fun. All right, ready to start this one? Oh, and one more thing. This one is gonna stop at totally random times. You might not be ready for it. It's not going to have any words that say stop, so you just have to listen super carefully. The music's going to cut. You have to freeze and then look at me and freeze in the same position that I'm in. Great, let's do it. Ready? Start with feet, I think.
You put your right foot in, you put your right foot out, you put your right foot in, and
You shake it all about. Oh, freeze! There you go. Now you can clap. Oh!
put your left foot
Good.
put your left foot out, you put your left foot in, and you shake it all about. You do the hooky hooky and you turn yourself around.
Oh! Good. Now a little time to dance. Oh, freeze! Now you can keep dancing.
You put your right hand in, you put your right hand out, you put your right hand in, and you shake it all about.
Good.
Hooky and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your left hand in, you put your left hand out. You put your left hand in,
Nice.
and you shake it all about. You do the hooky hooky and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about.
A little more time to dance.
You put your bottom in,
Oh.
you put your bottom out, you put your bottom in, and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your head in,
Whoa.
put your head out, you put your head in, and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about. Woo! Good job. You can give yourself a round of applause. Good dancing. I know I'm tired out from that, and I hope you had so much fun following along with us. So now that we're right at the end, I wanted to take a moment and explain a little bit about how Musical Freeze can build your brain. So Musical Freeze, like I mentioned before, is one of our games that Building Brains Together has, and we use play as a way to build children's brains. So Musical Freeze is a really fun one, as you can tell, but it also builds your brains. So one of the ways that Musical Freeze helps to build your brain is it improves your working memory and helps you to follow instructions, because the children have to listen carefully to the instructions and remember them throughout the game. Do I freeze when the music goes off, or do I move when the music goes off? Do I freeze when the music goes on, or do I move when the music goes on? So they have to think about that, remember it throughout the game, and follow those instructions, and that's really important. And that is really important for your executive function. Working memory is a big part of executive function, which helps your brain a lot. Another way is, as you can see, it's a great workout, gets you moving around, so it helps kids to have more control of their limbs and bodily movements. So they have to be able to move their limbs in certain ways when they want to dance, but then when they have to freeze, that's the really tricky part, because they have to learn how to control their body movements and not just move all over the place, and to even take specific poses that I'm taking, which helps them to imitate those bodily movements. Another thing is it helps them to pay attention, because they have to pay attention to the instructions, as I already mentioned, but also has to listen carefully for the music. They can't just dance however they want. They have to listen, because when that music stops, they know they have to freeze, which helps them to pay attention. One more thing it does is helps them to control their emotional impulses, which means maybe they're having really fun dancing and they get really excited and they want to keep dancing, but as soon as the music stops, they have to learn how to stop too and control those emotions so they don't just keep doing whatever they want to do. It makes them take a moment to stop and think before they act. And that little second of stopping to think, should I move or should I not move? That moment to freeze is really important because it helps the kids to learn how to not just follow anything they want to do, but to instead take a moment and breathe and think about what their next move is going to be. And that kind of thinking ahead is really, really important for kids to develop, especially when they're younger. So I hope you had a great time playing Musical Freeze with us. If you're interested in learning more about Musical Freeze or any of the other Building Brains games, we have a lot of games available on our website. It is www.buildingbrains.ca. And then together we can all learn how to give our kids more play, and then that can help to build their brains. And I hope to see you tomorrow at live stream. We have a live stream at 2 o'clock tomorrow, Thursday. So if you want to come join us, we're going to be talking about Pretend Play, which is another one of the games that we have with Building Brains. And then you can learn more about other games. And you can also, if you go onto the website, get those little cards that I showed at the beginning, which have the dance poses, and that can help you to play Musical Freeze with your kids whenever you want, with any song that you want. So I hope you had a great time dancing with me, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye, everyone!